Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to another Massachusetts Kamal's Automotive Radio Show. I'm your humble host, Mike Kamal, here on a Sunday night. I believe it is about 10:30. I'm gonna be here for maybe 15 minutes, maybe less, maybe not ever. Maybe I'll just stop the video right here and we'll call this a video, but maybe I can't because it's already 30 seconds. Hello everybody, forgot to mention it, but not yesterday, but the day before was, but Friday's video was episode 450. So this is 451, and it is 80 for the year. So, and we have less than, we'll say it's 27th, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, 30, 35. So we have 5 more days left so we have a chance to produce one today, tomorrow, and we have a chance to do one today, tomorrow, and so we have a chance to do one on the 28th, which is tomorrow, the 29th, which is Tuesday, 30th, and the 31st, which is Thursday. I'm actually going to do videos every single day so I can finish out, so I can get those, because this is episode 80 of the year, and hopefully we can end with 85 for the 84, 85 for the month, and then start September anew and start the last quarter of 2023 anew, because we have a total of, if my calculations are correct, we have September 30th and we have October 31st. We have 61 days between October and September, and then November 30th, another 30 days, so that's 91 days, and then December 31st, we have a total of so we have 61 days, then we have 91 days, and then we have I think we have a total of like 100 and so we have a total of 120 days, something like that, left in the year once we hit September. So it's pretty freaky. I'm trying to try to record a lot, but no guarantees since I missed yesterday. As I said, yesterday I did a gear change show, so I make it up for today by doing a video and stuff like that. I think we hit 90 views in the last 28 days, which is kind of low, and we kind of 98 for the year. It's not the lowest we've had this year. I think the lowest we've had was like 70, I think, in like February or something like that. But I don't think I think the lowest we've had this year was like 65 views. Actually, I can check out my iPhone right now. Actually, because I was in YouTube Studio. So, can I give you guys a little synopsis? We're past halfway, but I always like to just read the stats. So, June we had 156. We had 151. 70 was the lowest in April, and then wait a second, we have all of them right here. So the highest was in January, the lowest was in April, and as we go to July was 185, and August is going to be 95. So the highest was 256. The second highest was 285, which was last month. Thank you for all your support. We're now just like 20 something shy, 120, 100, like 1,200 views for this year. So, and we have plenty of time left to run. Um, the summer lull, the summer has been better, and the summer, yeah, August was a little bit better, not by very much. But the summer lull was definitely noticed, and I don't need to do that. Summer for me is always kind of a even uneven kill time. So usually the spring and the fall usually do that. I'm also getting out earlier, so I think I may be able to record these a little bit better. After which I'm gonna try to pinch myself to record these once in a while after I get out of work, or maybe to some of a work day or something like that. Because work is super boring right now, and even though we're doing a lot of reconstruction style stuff at work, it's kind of boring. So I've been through it so many times, so I really don't care. I'm just gonna go through it and get it done. Um, we're going through modernization, which I absolutely hate. But it has to be done, obviously. And I know how to deal with it, so I don't really care. So I'm just gonna go through the motions and let the chips fall and help out the boys. So why not? I'm a Boy Scout. I can do that. So, I have a couple of things to talk about. I have a couple of things to talk about. I have to deal with indie news. I have to deal with indie. Going to deal with indie news and actually I'm going to deal with indie news and sports car news first, and then go on to NASCAR last. So for those of you who don't know, IndyCar is entering its stretch of its final 3 races at St. Louis Worldwide Tech Race, whatever the hell it's called. Scott Dixon ended up winning, and Joseph Newgarden, who was third in the championship, just got knocked out of championship contention going into the last 2 rounds at Portland and Laguna Seca. It's kind of hard to go on those tracks, and both of those tracks have been kind of favored by Chip Ganassi guys, so I kind of see the Chip Ganassi guys kind of duking it out for the title chase. So the last 2 rounds, so it will be an interesting thing to do. And then sports car, and then also the hybrid test that they did recently that they did actually did a test, and it's to simulate the 150 horsepower burst that they're going to be getting in next year, and it could change the balance of how the race cars run and do their thing this year, because it's supposed to give them in the region of 150 horsepower, which we give them about 850. So most Indy engines run between 725 and 750. I think Honda has around 750 horsepower total on the road courses, and I think Chevy is a little bit behind at 730, but this is to obviously shut the gap a little bit and help them out, and speed up the lap times. And I don't know if it's going to create any new track records on ovals or anything, but that hybrid system on ovals is definitely going to be an interesting thing, and they're going to get a bigger boost. So we may see some lap records fall, some track lap records fall next year. I don't know if Ryan Dyke's track record is going to fall next year, but it'll be interesting to see. It's all part of this electric vehicle thing that a lot of the teams are doing. Originally, the cars were supposed to get a boost of 2.4 liters, and the cars were supposed to get on the road courses, we're supposed to get a 750 horsepower boost. A 750 horsepower boost to 750 horsepower, and a lot of people thought that that was going to give the cars a boost to 900 horsepower, but it's only going to be around 900 or so, around 850 or so. On the ovals, it's down to about 500, and well, without the boost turned up on the burst. So on regular tracks, it's around 500. I think the cars are going to have around 550. I think the cars have around 550 or 575 horsepower, depending on. I think most of the cars have around 550 horsepower, 560. I think the Honda is like 10, 20 more horsepower. So maybe between 570 and 500, 550. And that's going to give them a significant boost. So on race day, that's going to give them over, that's going to give the race cars over 600, not 650, but about 500. Doing the math. Yeah, I think the cars are going to have about 700 on race day. And then on pole day, the cars are probably going to have 600 plus, because they have the boost turned up just a bit. So they're going to have about 600, 650. And that's going to give them around 800 for qualifying, which 800 horsepower, I don't know if you guys are aware of it, but 800 horsepower, they haven't had 800 horsepower on the ovals in quite some time. Last time they had 800 horsepower was during the kart days, when kart used to run the show on the Indianapolis 500, when Penske Zillmore, Mercedes, Ford Cosworth, and Buick Maynard and Buick Indy V6s used to wreak havoc, and they used to be 900 horsepower, including 850 to 900 horsepower, plus the Penske Mercedes not needing a hybrid system because it had a stock block capable of 1,024. So, do I think it's going to be an interesting setup? I think it will be. I will not know what it's going to be like till they get decently in the series. Oh, by the way, just want to thank Circle for this water, by the way. I currently have what flavor do I have in? Oh yeah, just a mid video break for not for a sponsor, but for a shout out to Circle. So I've had Circle for I got Circle in late July, so I've had it for about a month and 10 days now. So I had it for about a month and 10 days now. So I've had it for about almost a month and 10 days, almost a month and a half. So if you guys don't know, that's a 32-ounce bottle, and they come up with these. They come in these little packets right here. This is a Life Step Honey Crisp Apple, and it is Honey Crisp Apple. It's very good. I just want to tell you guys, the taste is great. It's good. It's naturally flavored. The sugars are based in the product. The sugars are based off of the fruits themselves, I believe. I don't think there's any additives in there. There may be just a tiny little bit of. There's no artificial flavoring or anything like that. There's just I think there's all natural. They say all natural, but I think they have to put a little, they have to put a sugar substitute or a non-toxic substitute. So they have stevia or Um, I think they have stevia. I don't think they have Splendor or Sweet and Low. I think they have stevia. Stevia's a little bit better for you, not by much, but it at least your body can break it down at least like a natural sugar. They kind of synthesize. I think what they do is they synthesize um, the natural sugar and they kind of try to simulate or try to synthesize natural sugar from the ingredients in the apples, so you don't get the sugar rush, so you don't get a headache all the time. And as I said, you can just place it on as a dial from one. I don't know if it's going to focus for you, but it's going to 1 to 6, and you can tell it that you don't want any flavor. You just want straight up water. So it takes a while for you to get the flavoring out of it. If you just drink straight water, it'll clean out the flavor for you, but you're still gonna taste a little bit of the apple flavoring. But anyway, I thought I'd just do a 3-minute bit for them, just for some free advertising. So they're very good. I have one more flavor left. I've had it about. I've had it since middle July, so middle July. I've had it since July 15th. I think I've had it since July 11th, so I've had it for about so I've had 9 flavors, and I've had it for about 5 plus 3. 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so I've had I consumed about one flavor a week, and then I think I stopped after a while because I wanted to conserve them. Because people can go through a bunch of these in a day, because there's only 13 servings of the sugar shots, not the sugar shots, but the flavoring shots of them. So you can only have 13 of them. But yeah, I just thought I'd give a nice little shout out to Circle. IMSA, well, now that the break is over, I give you IMSA news. So IMSA rolled into Virginia International Raceway for their second of 2 GT only rounds, and as of next year, it will be the only GT only round because Lime Rock Park has been taken off the schedule. I think IMSA just doesn't like the venue. They just don't like what it's doing, and they got to re-update the infrastructure, and the series is starting to grow and stuff like that, so they wanted to do that. Plus it's very close to an endurance round, so a lot of people, so they didn't think that people would be ready to go back. Actually I don't think so. I think the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park is right after. That's what I'm talking about. It's kind of they just don't like the market, and with the way how they did the racing this year, they actually had to do the race because it was so packed, and because of how the racing is, and the confinements of that track are really, really, really small, and the confinements of the racing activity is so small. The reason why Lime Rock is not a racing friendly place is because there's a stipulation in the local ruling that engines can't go live until like 8-9 o'clock Eastern time at the racetrack, and race cars cannot go loud until cannot go anywhere past 6 o'clock. So racing activities actually have to curb around. So racing activities actually have to curb around. Actually have to stop by like 5:45, 5:50, and they have to have the podium celebrations, and that's just about it, because the locals don't want any racing happening early in the day. So early in the day, so they don't want to hear the engines roar late at night, and they don't want their engines roaring out in the day. That's the reason why there will never be an endurance race there at Lime Rock, because of how difficult it is. I think at one point, maybe in the early days, they did endurance races. Maybe they did 6-hour endurance races or 7-hour endurance races, or maybe they did a 6-hour endurance race, but it would probably be early morning, late into the afternoon, because Lime Rock really doesn't have any lighting. You go around the racetrack, there's no lighting. And the reason why they did that is because the organizers / townspeople didn't want any late night racing, because it just would have disturbed the way of life. But so back to VIR in the last 5 minutes of this show. Thought it was only going to be 20 minutes, but you guys know me, I like to stretch things out a little bit further. This might be half an hour, I don't know. So VIR, Virginia International Raceway at in Alton, Virginia, would be Virginia would be an amazing event for the series. It's usually always cool for the only GT races. For those of you who don't know it, VIR used to be a prototype GT race in the ALMS days, but in the IMSA WeatherTech years, I think like the first 2 years in 2014, 2015, it was prototype GT, and then 2016, 2017 ended up being GT only. And I can remember Corvette doing somewhat well there and not doing well in other years because of constraints and stuff like that. So VIR has never been really friendly to a lot of the big manufacturers, the home manufacturers. Like Corvette's only won a handful of times. I think it's either been Porsche, BMW, or Dodge that's won, or Ferrari that's won there at VIR. And I think the only times they ever won was, I think they won the year before I think they won during the pandemic the year before, and then last year I think it was taken over by the 9-Path Motorsport car, which had a decent run last year on their way to a championship. But this year it's been more of a Lexus show. That's kind of evident by the fact that Lexus won Watkins Glen during the 6-hour, which kind of made sense, since the 6-hour race kind of benefited good fuel economy and good pit strategy and stuff like that. But going into VIR this week, Corvette needed a win, and they needed a decent, solid result. They needed to either come in first or second, to have any shot at overturning the championship results and staying within contention with Lexus, that has been their rival this year. So Lexus has definitely come of age, and they've definitely stepped up their game since they first started coming into the series in 2016, 2017. I remember when Lexus Racing came around, and I remember watching them run the RCF GT3s in 2017, 2018, 2019 at Lime Rock. And now that Vassar Sullivan's taken it over, for those of you who do not know Jimmy Vassar, he was an IndyCar guy, and a lot of the race car drivers that run with him are actually ex-IndyCar guys. James Hinchcliffe, Jack Hawksworth, Frankie Montecalvo. A bunch of these guys have Aaron Telitz, sports car guy, but I think he ran open wheel. I think somebody can correct me on that. So it was. So I think for the first couple practices, I think it was a lot of the practice sessions, I think, were dominated by the Lexus guys, and there was a pattern that was shaping throughout the weekend. It was going to be Mercedes. It looked like it was going to be a top fight between Mercedes, Lexus, and Corvette, because Corvette had just been given a bigger air restrictor, Mercedes had just been given an adjustment, and Lexus had just been kept the same, and Aston Martin had been penalized and done all sorts of things. Porsche kind of wasn't in any of the results this week because of some air restrictor and weight changes, so I kind of figured in the classes it would be a fight between BMW, Lamborghini, and surprise surprise, actually McLaren actually factored into the win in this year's edition of the VIR Grand Prix, or it used to be known as the Tree House. It was the treetop, or the tree, use the Oak Tree Grand Prix, before in the IMSA days. Actually, I think it was known as the Oak Tree Grand Prix in the early part, but the GT Sports Car Classic, as it should be known, because it's very good for GT cars. Lexus held their own most of the race. There was a couple parts where Mercedes ran up front. BMW also ran up front with their GTD car, one of their GTD cars. I know Bill Auburn was up there as well, but it started to shape out to look like that Lexus was the car to beat, and that they had a stranglehold on the lead until some fuel saving on Corvette's part and a final stop where Lexus stalled, and they ran strong, pulling out a 3-second gap on the Lexus, the Corvette guys. Barnicoat got it down to less than a second, and then but fuel saving and a car that was very good on tires and a car that drove very well helped Jordan Taylor and Anthony Garcia win at VAR, shrinking the championship lead a little bit with that 300-point win. Barnicoat and his teammates actually won, and Hawksworth actually ended up winning, and I think Mercedes ended up coming a close third. McLaren had a good day up until it had a stop and go, I believe. So it was a very good weekend for racing, and very good weekend for racing. Hoping for some good action next weekend for. I think Indy's off till September. I think Indy's either next week or either next weekend or the week after, and because I know that they're actually ending the championship very soon. IMSA is going to be ending in October at Petit Le Mans, which is in 2 rounds. I think they're going to. I think the sports car guys are going to the Brickyard next for the Brickyard GP, or whatever the race is going to be at the Indianapolis road course, where they haven't been where they're going to be going for the first time since 2015, when Dodge, I believe, won. Since Porsche actually won in 2015. I remember with their updated RSRs before they got the new ones just recently. So, but yeah, I will see you guys later. I'm going to try to do a normal video tomorrow, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I'm going to try to close off this week, because I'm going to pinch myself to record after this, and I'm going to do a gear change show on Saturday regularly to start off, and I'm definitely going to do Friday. I think this whole week is going to be videos, guys, unless I decide to take a break on Friday and then usher in the new. Let's see. we're gonna usher in the new month on Friday. So I'm definitely gonna record the whole week because I definitely want to move on with these episodes, and we can have 455 episodes, 456, 476 episode, 457. I mean, 400. We can have over 400, like 460 episodes already in the books total for this year, and I think we're gonna rock into the 80s. So it's definitely gonna be a cool. It's definitely going to be a cool, definitely going to be a cool year this year. A cool end of this year, and we're definitely going to get past. And I think this is 80 videos for the year, so we're definitely going to get into the 100 episode mark this year, and for this year's edition. And I think we're only 20 away from that, so. We can achieve that. We can bite into that a little bit, and we can be up to 90 episodes by the middle of this month, and then by the time we get to the 30th, we can definitely be at 100. We can definitely cut into 100 by this month. If I play my cards right, we can definitely see 100 videos. And then by October, we can be into the 100. We can be later into the hundreds. We'll probably, if I play my cards right and I do the last 120 episodes, last 120 days of this year, and I probably record 110, we can probably be up to 100. I'm not gonna quote it, but maybe 150, 170, 180 episodes. 170, 180 episodes by the end of this year. We'll see how that plays out. So. I'm going to try to pinch myself every single day to record a video for you guys, updating you guys on everything. But I hope you guys don't go away. I hope you guys enjoyed this video about some IndyCar racing. I'm going to do some goofy stuff tomorrow. I'm probably going to redo my episode for Gran Turismo. I'm probably going to launch my another Gran Turismo episode, and I'm probably going to do whatever. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'm going to upload this one now, so you guys will have it by 11:30. And I hope you guys will enjoy it tomorrow. So peace out, everybody, guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. Long live this great country. Long live our freedoms and our rights. Amen to all our freedoms. And pray for my friends. Let them all stay strong. Pray for that I stay strong, and pray that I keep going and overcoming the obstacles in my life, and do what I do best, and that's be awesome, I guess. So hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Maybe it'll be a shorter episode tomorrow. I may be able to record it early in the morning so I can get it out of the way. We'll see. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye for now.